Connection terminated.
Hey guys, how's it going? Digivoid Gaming back here. Just got back from locals a while ago, and had to relax for a bit and get my mind straight, and so I can make these nice little videos and spend the rest of my night editing and stuff. This time around, I didn't do so great with D Reaper, but I did have a lot of fun, and the games were really good. So I'll be posting those. This time around, we got 4 rounds in, but unfortunately for me, I got stuck with a bye on the very first round. And I had a plan of where I was gonna just post like a loop of me just sitting there waiting for the first round to end, but I completely screwed up and forgot to do that. So that's that. The second round, I went up against Imperial, and of course, that deck is a pain in my ass, but it's just a really good deck. So what can you do? That was second round. Third round, again, I went up against a pure D Brigade deck, and man, that was a really good game too. I haven't played D Brigade since like BT3. Oh no, BT4, I'm sorry. And yeah, that actually makes me want to play and bust out my whole D Brigade deck. That was third round. Fourth, last round was against Titanmon, and that was a really close call too, and I managed to get that one in. So I only really won one match, or one round, I would say. The bye doesn't really count, so I lost all the other rounds, and it is what it is. Congratulations to PK Skyler. He took it first, and he got that sweet box of BT8 with him, so hopefully he got some blessed pulls on that. And let's just get into this. I'm gonna report on how the deck is doing. So far, I've been playing the deck for a month now. This is the 4th week I go to locals with it, and this is the only time where I actually didn't get to top at all with it, which is okay. It's like, it happens. And I'm still sticking to the yellow variant. I did change some stuff from last week's build, and I know I said I wasn't going to, but it's just I don't get to play test too much, and then I just make like last minute switches, and they weren't exactly the best calls, but it is what it is. So I'll just get into it. I'm still playing the 4 mothers, as you should. The mother, that's the main, what the hell? That's the main egg in the deck. You just want to hatch it, move it forward, and then get all the sources as much as you can and as fast as possible. So, old standby. I'm still sticking with the 3 Reaper. I don't think you need 4 of this, to be honest. If you need 4 of this, then I don't know what to tell you. I think you can use a better slot for the last one instead of the 4th one. So, Reaper's the Reaper. 3 Jerrys. Still sticking to that. Jerry turbos your mother into more sources, so that's that. Still playing the 18 Searchers. I see people, they say this is the number, and I can agree with them, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes I feel like I can add just 2 more and just close it off at 20, but I mean, 18's fine. I haven't had a problem with these. I see them all the time. There hasn't been a game where like I don't open up with 1 at least, and that's mainly all you really need, especially if you're going first, because you're gonna just straight choke your opponent out in the first turn. So that's the Searcher. Doing 4 Pendulum Feet, like always. Pendulum Feet is good. Searches out your Searchers, and you can add Reapers off of it too. So it's your main Searcher, your other Searcher. This card, like I said, this is my favorite card besides Searcher in the deck. This card helps me win games sometimes. Today, when you guys see that, I think it was Titanmon match, I had gone through 3 of them, and I only had 1 left, and I was thinking it has to be in the stack, or if it's in the deck, then I lose. And luckily enough, it came in super clutch, and it was in the stack, the last one, and then I was able to get me to go into 6 under Mother and then have Gatekeeper go live, and that's the only reason I won that game, to be honest with you guys. So Bubbles, great. I love this card, especially with Tactical Retreat. Just, man, 2 blockers. You know, blockers is a blocker. You need those sometimes. I kind of want to bump it to 3, but to be honest, 2's good enough. I did take out Optimizer and I threw in a second Pallades head, or Pallades head. I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but you know, this card was actually putting in work for me today, and unfortunately for me, it also kind of screwed me over because before I was only running 1. I added the second one in case I ran into a mirror, because in the mirror this card just puts in more work than it normally does. And you know, 2's good. I don't think I'm gonna cut it down to 1 anymore. I'll probably most likely keep it at 2, just so I can make sure I can see it, just like the blockers. It's like not necessary, but it does help. Sticking with the 4 gatekeepers. So yeah, 4 gatekeepers. You guys know what this does already. Just replaces 1 on top of the stack if it's in the stack. It doesn't battle. And if your mother has 6 or more underneath it, everything on your board gets -1 check. If you have multiple of those on the board while your mother has 6 or more, they get multiple negative checks. And at one game, I actually managed to drop 3 of these things on the guy, and just there is literally nothing that the dude can do. So Gatekeeper, really good. And that's it for D-Reapers. We'll go back into Tamers. Last week I told you guys that I only wanted to see this once, and it's true. I only want to see this once, but I had to bump it back up to 2 because going to 3 is really essential in this game sometimes. And in this deck, there is no white Tamers that set you to 3. There is nothing like that. So this is as best as it can get. And then I bumped this up to 3, I believe. I think I was only playing 2, or actually I can't even remember how many I had in last week. But if I did have 2, I bumped it to 3 for sure. And if I already had the 3, then I kept it at 3. But to be honest with you guys, I am gonna drop this to 2. I hate hard playing for this tamer, specifically this tamer. The other Kari one I don't mind, because at least I'll go to 3 every turn. But this early in the game, like, unless my opponent starts first and drops a 3 cost, then I'll hard drop this and I'll leave him at 1, and then I'll start to choking, and then, you know, eventually I'll start gaining the memory because of this card. If I have less in the stack, then, you know, you get 2 memory. Really good card in this deck. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like 2's good enough, and 2 of this is also good enough to get the job done. I want to say the less tamers and options you see in your hand, the more momentum this deck has. And that's the problem with this deck, I feel like. You know, you can run a pure variant of it, but it's going to be lacking in memory. And this helps it get memory. It's just that it's 4 to drop. And it's not always in your stack. And there are times when you go into Jerry and then you suspend it, and then you reveal like 1 or 2 of them in the top 5. And then they all go straight to the bottom, and then you're just like, what the fuck? So that's that. I'm gonna cut this down to 2. Options, 2 tactical retreats. This card's just perfect at 2, I believe. I don't think I need any more than that. 2 spiral masquerades. This card also comes in real clutch for me when I'm playing games, clear boards and stuff. So 2's good. And then last but not least, the 1 reinforcing. Recover, and you gain 3 memory instead of 2, like the standard memory boost cards. So that's that. I don't think I'm gonna stick to this deck for BT9. If I do, you know, I'm only gonna do it because I want to keep playing the deck. But I really got my eyes on that Black War Greymon with the Gaiomon and everything. I have a lot of that stuff already ready to go, so I'm just waiting for my boxes, and then if I get to pull everything I need, I most likely will build that, and I might just switch decks for the next format. because I managed to play this one for this whole format. And that was it, you guys. I'm gonna upload a video too on PK Skylar's first place, because I wanted to show everybody who got first and what he was playing. So I'm gonna be doing that from now on too. And if I get the chance to get the people to show me the deck list and, you know, interview them right there on the spot real quick. So a little bit more content for you guys too, in case you guys want to play other stuff, and unless you want to know who won first, you know, like that. So yeah, guys, I'll check you guys out later, and you guys have a good one.